What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fish Aquatics. Today we're going to be talking about how to run a filterless aquarium. And that's right, you heard me, filterless aquarium. I see a lot of people asking online, is it possible to run one? And the most common response that I see is no, you need a filter on your aquarium for it to be healthy. And that answer is not exactly 100% correct, because the most basic form of filtration that we have in our aquarium is the nitrogen cycle, right? So having a nitrogen cycle is going to be able to process your ammonia to nitrite to nitrate, which we would then water change out in a standard aquarium setup. So in a filterless aquarium, that still happens, right? You can still grow your bacterial colonies to be able to convert your ammonia to nitrate, right? And all you need to do to have that is have enough surface area for the bacteria to grow on, as well as enough surface agitation to promote gas exchange. As long as you have those two things and stock the aquarium appropriately, which obviously you're going to have less surface area because you're not running a filter with a high density sponge or ceramic rings or something like that, so your surface area is going to be lower. But as long as you stock it appropriately to the amount of surface area that you do have, it is possible to run a filterless aquarium. And I've actually been running a filterless aquarium for about a year now, and I haven't had a single issue with it. It's just as healthy as my other aquariums. The water is just as clear and clean. And I'm going to talk about that aquarium to you guys today a little bit. I want to show it to you, and I'll discuss how it works. So let's take a look at the tank. Alright guys, so what you see here is my 20-gallon paludarium aquaterrarium build that I did about a year ago. Some stuff has changed with the plants and the way that some of the stuff is arranged in here, but essentially it has run the exact same way for over a year. Basically, I built a rock structure using corrugated plastic and silicone, built that up, attached all the stonework to it. Behind the stonework there is a small pond pump running, I believe it's 180 gallons an hour, split at a T, which provides water to the two waterfalls that you see running here, which eventually creates flow on the water surface here. And then I actually added an air stone in the back corner over here, just because I was getting a little bit of a dead spot in the back corner, and I wanted to create enough surface agitation to promote gas exchange. So I've been running this tank, like I said, for about a year. Haven't had any deaths, haven't had any issues. I've got white cloud mountain minnows in here. They breed constantly, so you know they are relatively healthy. And currently there is about 8 gallons of water that you can see visible here. And in the back, there's actually a tunnel that they can go back behind the stone structure, so they have access to that water too. It's not completely closed off. So as you can see, there's about 8 gallons of water in here. Usually I have it up to about the 10-gallon level, but it does evaporate relatively quickly because of the way this tank is set up. But all the stone structure that I have in here, as well as the substrate, is going to grow your beneficial bacteria to be able to break down your ammonia all the way to nitrate. And then as a form of nutrient export, I also have the floating plants, which is duckweed in here. I also have some anacharis. There is some java moss in there, as well as these ferns. The root systems on these ferns are growing down into the upper pools. I have larger pools of water that are getting pumped up to create the waterfalls. The root structures are going into the water, so I rarely have to do any water changes on this aquarium, aside from simple top-offs, because the nitrate load is relatively taken care of by the live plants. So this aquarium does not run a filter. There is no sponge in this aquarium at all. The only thing that is in here that is housing the beneficial bacteria is the substrate and the stones. And I'm just creating surface movement. So as long as you have those few things, you can provide a healthy aquarium for your fish. Now, the one thing that you are going to have to do is when you do your water changes, you are going to have to take extra care to make sure you get the debris that rests on the bottom, because you don't have a mechanical filter to remove all of the debris, all of the mulm and detritus that is left on the bottom. So you are going to have to change that out when you do your water change. but relatively it doesn't get churned up that much. It's very easy to suck it all out and then replenish with new clean water. So is it possible to run a filterless aquarium? Absolutely. It's actually a lot easier than most people believe it is. You just have to make sure that you have the appropriate amount of surface area versus your fish stocking. And just for retrospect, there are 6 white cloud mountain minnows in here currently. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to talk to you guys about running a filterless aquarium and show you guys that it is possible to be done. So thank you guys for watching Trapfish Aquatics, and I'll see you guys in the next video.